Hi, welcome back to Wallflowers. So, as you know, I normally do my food haul on a Wednesday these days, but I actually do two food hauls, and I do one on a Friday that I don't normally video. So, as promised, here is my Friday haul. Now, today I have spent £10. The bulk of it is for pantry stock to get us through the winter, the lockdown. Should Mr. Wallflowers not be able to get to work, should we not have access to the outside world because we don't play the game, or for whatever reason we don't have the finances or don't have access to go shopping, one way or the other, I'm trying to prep the pantry so we have enough to eat, enough to get us through the winter months. May not be the most desirable food, it may not be our A1 first choice, but all of the food that I am picking up and bringing home to supply in the pantry is edible. I will eat it should I need to eat it. And most of it, there's nothing wrong with it. Yes, it's not the first choice, but if I can be creative with it, if I can add flavours to it, whatever I can do, I'm quite happy with everything that I've bought today. Some may be classed as junk food, but you know, we all like a bit of junk food anyway now and again. So long as we're eating and so long as we've got warm food in our belly, I'll be more than happy. So let me talk you through what I got today. I'll say this little lot actually cost me £10 today. So the first item, I'll just pop my glasses on. The first item is 2.5 kilos of cooked wheat noodles. Now we'll have some of these for our evening meal today, and the rest will be bagged off and frozen. There's a bit of a story about the freezer, so I'll come back to that at the end. But the rest will be bagged off and frozen, and will be eaten over the next couple of months, broken up into different meals. So that's 2.5 kilos of noodles. Second item is a lovely tasty broccoli salad, and in it we have 2 sachets of sweet onion dressing. Now I really enjoy a sweet onion dressing, and as we're so frugal, it's not often we'll eat out at a sandwich bar like Subway or somewhere, but occasionally it does happen. We like it, you know. My go-to if we do eat a Subway would be a BLT on an Italian bread, with my choice of trimmings on it. The sauces I like to have added to it would be the sweet onion sauce, and it used to be a honey mustard sauce as well, but sadly they've stopped doing that one, so I just stick to the sweet onion sauce. So I'm really looking forward to that. And in this bag, because it's a large bag, there's probably about 4 meals worth of broccoli salad there for Mr. Wallflowers and I to enjoy. So that was quite a good find actually. It's like
stir fries.
Yeah, or stir fries, but it's like a winter salad, isn't it? It's absolutely beautiful. 2 condiment sauces, so we've got ketchup and salad cream. Now, as you know, I normally buy my ketchup in bulk from Fairclempt. I actually buy big bottles, over 5 litres of ketchup, and I normally use a bottle like this and refill it. But unfortunately, recently the plastic top finally gave in and broke on us. So I needed a new bottle. So the purpose of me getting this today is, yes, we'll enjoy the ketchup in it, but once it's finished, give it a quick wash out and we'll start topping up again with our own supply. So yeah, a blessing to get a new bottle. I must say, we also did it with the salad cream. I don't top the salad cream up. We have some sachets that we take out in the van if we take a picnic out, or Mr. Wallflowers will take it to work, and we'll have this in reserve, so that will go in the pantry for now. A bottle of blackcurrant juice. Now this will be for our son Oscar when he comes to visit. He does really like to drink water and he drinks lots of it, but he likes flavours as well. This will just be kept in reserve, hot or cold, and he'll enjoy that. So it's a drink for Oscar when he comes to visit. Well, there's a stack of tins here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 tins. So as we've discussed many times, we've got mushy peas for our pie or fish meals. So there's 2 tins of those. A tin of pineapple chunks. I said recently I was going to follow Tessie's recipe for the banana bread. I've got the bananas, got everything else, got walnuts like she added, and I thought I had a tin of pineapple in the pantry, and you know what, I don't have a single one, so I'm going to stock the pineapples up and work on putting them in. So I've actually got the pineapple and I'm going to make the banana bread most probably tomorrow. So that's where the pineapple comes in. A tin of Irish stew. Now I've been collecting these, I've got about 4 or 5 of these now, and as I say, this is what I was referring to. It probably wouldn't be our go-to, we'd probably generally make one of our own, but if the lockdown kicks in as severe as we're suspecting it to be, money's tight, everything else, we're not able to get fresh food or things like that. Couple of tins of them together, heated up on the stove fire, bit of bread, whatever we've got, even if we have to make our own, that'll be delicious and that'll be warming our stomachs and it'll feed us. So yeah, not everybody's go-to, but I'm making sure I have lots of tins like that in reserve because I want to be prepared.
We can make pastry and throw it in the pie.
We can make a pie out of it, that's it, exactly. Nice tin of vegetable soup, same purpose, that'll be a lunch. 2 tins mixed together and away we go with the mixes. Now this one's baked bean and sausage, and I don't care who calls this junk food, we absolutely love baked bean and sausage. Mr. Wallflowers and I will eat this on toast, we'll eat it on a cooked breakfast, and we'll absolutely enjoy it, and we go through tons and tons of tins of baked beans and sausage in this house. It's a staple and we really enjoy it, but I don't care who calls it junk food, we like it. The next one is meatballs. Again, not a go-to, but should we have surplus noodles, should we have lots of pasta left over and we're struggling to put a meal together, meatballs and pasta will be delicious and our stomachs will be warm and we'll be well fed. So yeah, another must have along with the Irish stew, staple for the pantry should we need it. Bit of custard. At the moment I'm able to get plenty of cakes. I'm quite reasonable at baking a cake, I'm okay, but whilst I'm getting them at such low prices, I'm going to take advantage and have the desserts that I'm enjoying and a drop of custard along the way. Yes please. And the last tin is garden peas, not the mushy peas this time, but garden peas, and we enjoy that. We put peas in a pie, we put peas with a lot of meals, and we just enjoy them. That's a staple in our house too. So plenty of tins for the pantry, the odd tin that we'll use along the way. Managed to get 2 jars of honey, clear honey. Now yeah, it's cheap honey, it's probably a lot of sugar in it, and yes, I do make my own honey. This year unfortunately I never made anywhere near the quantities that I'd normally make, so I wasn't able to do a 12-month supply. I think I made 6 jars max. Normally I'd make 30 jars of dandelion honey and we'd have it to take us through the year. Not this year, it just didn't happen. So I've been collecting these. We'll coat vegetables in it when we cook, we'll add it to porridge, we'll have it on desserts, ice cream, different things, in the moringa, whatever it is we normally have honey in, and I'm stocking these up as I'm able to get them. Yeah, not the first choice. Our first choice would be our own dandelion honey, or if we could afford the best, we'd do that. But we're living with what we have. We're living on a budget, getting everything we need, and yeah, I'm very happy with the cheap sugary honey. It's what we've got, let's make the most of it. So that's what I've done there. Here is 2 small tins of sardines and tomato sauce. Again, not everyone's choice, but I absolutely love pilchards and sardines. I have a special meal, pilchards and rice, sardines and rice, and everyone in the family loves it. And I've made that meal since I was about 16, 17, when I was younger and I had my own flat, before I was married, before the children were even thought of. I used to make this meal in large quantities, a big pan of white rice, put the sardines together with a little box of Knorr soup and different things together. My friends used to absolutely love it. Now, if we did drink alcohol or if we did have a little bit of a party and I didn't have the budget because I was running a flat, I'd provide the food, my friends would provide the party treats, the alcohol or whatever it was at the time, and it was always a favourite. My friends had always asked me, can you make the pilchards and rice, can you make the pilchards and rice? And there's no difference with the sardines. Sometimes Mr. Wallflowers will have something different. He'll eat sausage quite regularly, and sometimes I've had enough and choose not to have it. So I'll reach for a tin of sardines and I'll either have it with the rest of the meal, the potatoes, the vegetables, whatever. But I'll even enjoy sardines on toast. I was brought up eating sardines and I absolutely love it. So yeah, they're in the pantry, and they'll go with the rest of the other little tins I've managed to squiddle away. That'll be the fish supply quite regularly. A tube of tomato puree. I've been collecting these and I hope to amass 6 or 7 of these. At the moment I think I'm on tube 4. I have 2 in use in the fridge at the moment. One's a large one open, that shouldn't have been opened yet because there's still a little bit in the last tube. But hey ho, that's the kind of thing that happens in the fridge, isn't it? So yeah, I'm still building up my collection of tomato puree, soups, stews, whatever the use is. Tomato puree is always there, comes in handy. In this place, the only vegetable I managed to get was 1 pepper today, besides the broccoli salad. But the only actual full vegetable I managed to get was 1 pepper. 1 pepper's 1 pepper, you know, we'll get a meal out of it and we'll enjoy it. So yeah, blessing. Got 4 packets of basically wine gums. These are called a sports mix. They were 50p a bag, and Mr. Wallflowers really enjoys these of an evening. He'll have his choice. There's also 2 packets of tuck crackers. Now he can take them to work, packet at a time, and use them with his dips. Or he can get his dips out in an evening, or he can have a bowl of sweets instead. Now it's football season here. Mr. Wallflowers loves his football and he likes a treat. So we have a plan to make a video about making gelatine jelly sweets. And we're just trying to work out how to do it. We've bought like a kiddie's set of how to make jelly sweets. We're planning on doing that pretty soon. That was his plan, so he had lots of jelly sweets so he could watch the football eating them. He likes them, so I bought these in bulk today, 4 packets. They might not last that long because there's lots of football on, but we'll see. So if any get left over in the pantry, then I'll try and build a supply. But the tuck biscuits will go, they will fly out like nobody's business, and probably the sweets. The scones will be for me. Now these are 4 homemade scones, really delicious rustic scones. I've had these before from the same place. A little bit of butter and jam, possibly honey instead, whatever. But I really enjoy these. They're very tasty, they're full of fruit. Yeah, really enjoyable. This was actually given away free. So this is a £1/4. It's not something I would touch. I don't think Mr. Wallflowers would touch this,
No.
would you? It's not something we would eat. But the boys would, and the boys will greatly appreciate it, you know. So this will go up along with the parcel that we send to the boys. We tend to send them one about once a month. This will be one of the things there. Who gets it? Depends on who wins the fight, I suppose. I don't know. But yeah, that'll go up. It was a free gift and everybody got one. So I thought, well, I know the boys are decent. I know they'd appreciate it. It's not just something it'd sit there for a month of Sundays before I'd dream of even looking at it, you know. But yeah, that's for them. And this, I managed to get one last week. This started off as a grand big cake, and it was cut into sections, and they split it so everybody could share it. Now, I'm not particularly fussy on this icing. I'm tempted to put my finger in it. On this icing, it's green mushy icing. I prefer royal icing, but the sponge cake underneath is absolutely delicious. So basically, I'm not bothered it's mushed on there because I'll scrape that all off with a knife and remove it. It's a sponge cake I want and the jam inside, and I'll absolutely enjoy that sponge cake. I've got a terrible sweet tooth, I know, but I only have one dessert a day, honestly. It's not like I sit here eating cakes and biscuits all day. And yeah, let me just rinse my hands. So last but not least is the toiletries. So I managed to get 3 bottles of the washing up liquid. These just happen to be antibacterial. I'm not bothered if they're antibacterial or not. Washing up liquids. But these are a good name. Again, I'm not bothered about the good names, but the soap content should be quite high, so they should be quite bubbly. These are Magnum, so it's basically a Fairy Liquid brand. I think it's the same company, I'm not sure. And I managed to get...
Aldi's take on Fairy Liquid.
Is it? I managed to get the 3 bottles for £1.50, so it was 50 pence a bottle. So that's my supply, and I will get a few more of these and make sure we are covered for the winter. As I say, most of this is my lockdown winter prep. So for 50 pence a bottle, I will squiddle them away, make sure I have enough, make sure the boys have enough, put a box of toiletries together. So that was £1.50 for the 3 of those, and it was also £1.50 for the 3 of these. So I got 2 kitchen rolls and a bottle of toilet gel, 50 pence each. I'm quite happy with that. So for £6, I got all of those toiletries, not for £6, for £3, sorry. For £3, I got all of those toiletries, which I'm really, really happy with. So it was £3 for the toiletries, £2 for the jellies, which came to £5, which means everything else here came to a total of £5. And the place I went today is in Netherton, which is not far from me at all. And whilst I speak on the live streams or on the chat on other videos, I've been speaking to people from the Liverpool area, not too far from Netherton. And they didn't know it was open to the community. It's not means tested. People from the community are very welcome to go. And I just live a couple of miles away down the road, and I'm very welcome to go. And this place is called the L30 Centre in Netherton. It's a wonderful place. I say all of that for £5, and then all of the further toiletries and jelly mixes for a further £5. So that's where the divide is. So the quantity for £5 there is absolutely amazing. A further £5, so £10 total for everything you can see there. I just think it's absolutely wonderful, and most of this is pantry stock. There's only a few bits that will come out and be used for different things. So yeah, I hope you enjoy seeing my Friday shop. Probably start to do this more regular and show you the Wednesday and the Friday haul and show you how I build my collection now to provide us for the winter. The initial idea for the channel when we started Wallflowers UK was to squiddle away, prep, buy, water bath. We didn't have a canner at that stage. We have a pressure canner now, so we can actually preserve properly in the pressure canner. We can water bath properly because we have a water bath canner. We've got a dehydrator now, so we can do that, and we're actually building our stock that way. But the original plan was to provide enough food 12 months in advance. We went out, we bought a small chest freezer, which we have here, and we preserve things and freeze in the freezer. We plan, we're not quite there yet, we're quite a long way to go in fact, but now we've minimised that now, and we want to just make sure we've solidly got enough to at least cover right through till March, April. Make sure we get all the way through the winter. We don't know how long the lockdowns will happen for, if we ever come out of them. We just don't know the result of where it will go. But you know what happened yesterday, talking about all this provision and providing? The fridge broke down. Now, the ones of you that follow closely will know I buy all the amenities for the kitchen, the cooker, the washing machine, the fridge, anything normally is second-hand used. And we don't mind. This is how we live on a budget, and we're used to it. You know, this is how we've always done it. So the last fridge freezer broke down. We found this on the marketplace for just £70. So I got the boys together, Mr. Wallflowers together, and off they went in the van, collected it, had to lay it down flat, and of course that's not really very good for the gas bottles. They had to lay it down flat, then stand it up, and then the three of them struggled to get it into the house. And it's always an ordeal replacing a big item like this, you know. But we did it and we got through it, and luckily enough it only cost £70. It's gone. The freezer won't work, the fridge won't work, and a few people have said that they've seen in the background that the light was flashing. Yeah, it's finally died on us. It's saying different things, but it's not keeping anything cold. We can't even keep the milk in the fridge at the moment. We're having to do the milk in a cooler bag with some ice around it. Got to keep me in coffee, honestly, got to keep me in coffee, and I wouldn't be any good without any milk. So we've had to lay out, we've had to buy a brand new fridge freezer. Not what we'd normally do, not what we'd choose to do, but this would just keep happening at this scale. I don't mind buying a smaller item and we can ferry it in the van. Buying a big item like this and laying it down, it does affect the gas bottles at the back. It does affect the whole running of the fridge freezer, and it's not something we're prepared to keep going through, because of course you have to dispose of it once it's no good, and you have to dispose of it safely. So we've took the plunge. The money that we were supposed to be going to see Uncle Ron with, that we've been trying to squiddle away, we've actually spent on a fridge freezer. So we've actually spent £500 on a fridge freezer, and it'll come Sunday. I've not just been rude and said I'm not going to visit Uncle Ron. Uncle Ron's asked me not to go over at this point because he's actually due to come to the UK. He's 91, lives in Benidorm, he's ex-RAF. Not long lost my Auntie Maureen, and he's not steady on his legs, and he really has some health concerns, and in order to have them seen to properly, he's going to come over to the National Health in the UK, which he fully deserves to. He's ex-serviceman, he's dedicated all his life to it, and he's going to live with his son for a while and have the treatment here, so I'll be able to visit him anyway. So luckily enough, I haven't been rude and cancelled a trip to see him when I promised to see him. He's cancelled me, and I've been able to use those finances to provide for something that hopefully we should get. Let's call it 5 years. Hopefully we'd like longer, but let's call it 5 years, because at the moment we're paying £100 a year as it is. So let's call it 5 years, and we don't have to dispose of the fridge freezer. It'll be delivered, and this one will be taken away. So yeah, my friend Carol has offered us space in a chest freezer that she's got that she's not using at the moment. She's agreed to switch it on, and she said we can take as much as we like over to fill the chest freezer, and then on Sunday when we get our new one we can bring it back and put it in ours. So thank you, Carol. Thank you for the blessing of being there for us, because we'd have lost an awful lot of food otherwise. So the plan after finishing and uploading this video is to run around like the clappers, fill the bags and take them over to Carol's. So it's go, 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 shopping all night, do the video and then run over and try and save our food. Okay? So you can see how shopping like this becomes a blessing to us, because the money that we do save is there for us to use for something else, because our whole life is on a budget. Everything we do is on a budget. Now I've done a like for like comparison on this shop today. I'll put my glasses on again. So for instance, just the mushy peas alone would have been 32 pence per tin in Asda. The Irish stew would have been £1.10. So I've gone for like prices, and I've gone for the lowest marker of the prices. And for everything we have here, for me to shop, the minimum it would have cost would have been £51.93. £51.93. Now to say I've only paid £10 for everything here, I've saved £41.93. How amazing. How amazing. So yeah, it's good stuff. It might not be all your meats, it might not be what you throw in your trolley and make it come to £200 up the till, you know, but I can work with this.
You got the box of tea bags.
Oh, there was also a box of tea bags. Let me get it out. There was also a box of tea bags as well. Welsh tea bags. No different to any other tea bags, just that they're Welsh. And when I did the price for price comparison, the Welsh tea bags are actually £2.60 alone in the shops. So yeah, that was an extra item. Thank you for reminding me about that. I popped them away, I don't know why. So yeah, £51.93 is the true value in the supermarkets, and I've paid £10 today.
And the softener as well. You haven't put that on?
Oh, a bag of softener as well, let me see. Oh, balancing act. I also got 12 sachets of fairy fabric softener, and that'll go up to the boys so they can use when they're washing the clothes. They'll be so happy with that. So yeah, it goes with the toiletries. Yeah, it's a gift that keeps on giving. 2 things I put away. Okay, I hope you enjoy seeing my hauls. As I say, I get so excited to show you, and I get so excited when I bring it home that I set it out like this to show Mr. Wolf, rather than go, look what I got today, look what I got today. Yeah, it might be basics, but for £10, really? Okay, so lovely talking to you. Thanks for coming today, and I'll speak to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.